rocket. It's the confidence, it's everything that comes with it. And a lot of these guys have got a lot of money, but they just don't have a clue.
Yeah. So who are the ones that you guys think do have swag? Who are the ones that you look and think like, yeah, my man's got swag. He's doing it big.
Swaggy, like when it comes to footballers, you know what it is with a lot of these footballers. I wouldn't say that most of them are really fashion icons. A lot of them have like little clothing things. That Dele Alli's got a little clothing thing and that, but I think it looks horrible. In terms of drip and that, like, it has to be Pogba. He has to be like he's just the icon for that. Do you know what I mean? The jewelry, the watches. Memphis as well. Memphis can dress.
That's my shout.
Memphis has got swag, man. Like, he can dress, man. The watches, the jewelry, the clothes, the trainers, everything's just on point, like, all the time. You know what I mean? You can tell that them guys love fashion and they take real care of themselves, innit? Like, and I think we're in a new era now where, as men, like, it's not looked down upon anymore. Actually taking care of yourself. Because back in the day, it was like, if you put too much effort into your appearance, like, it was almost seen as not masculine. But now, like, the guys are really, really doing up, man.
On the Pogba point, though,
yeah.
Do you agree? And how do you think his swag really connects with him as a footballer and how that transfers into him and how he plays?
I think it's part of his DNA as a footballer. It's beyond the labels, it's beyond the watch, it's his personality. And I think that is one channel for him to express himself. Football is the other, but I don't think you can separate the two.
As a footballer, he'd still be
doing that, man. It's his culture. It's where he's from. You see his two older brothers are very much like that. They do the dance videos between them and then the mum joins in. So it's from home. Do you know what I mean? And that's one thing I think Man United have gotten completely wrong with Pogba. Because when we bought him, Pog dance, it was commercial, it was marketing.
That's the reason why he spent so much money on it.
And we made millions from that. Right? But then we can't then want him to kind of mute that for the football. That is his football. Yeah. And at the moment, he's the most swaggerific. Is that a word? Are we making that word?
And he's the most marketable player on the planet. Like, they've seen it. Like, think about it. Lionel Messi's not dead, but Pogba's the face of Adidas.
Exactly. There you go.
You understand?
Exactly.
Understand that. Exactly. He's the most marketable athlete on the planet. Like, period. And they know that.
Yeah.
So,
do you think there's this divide about Paul Pogba and his performances? And do you feel that is rooted in the fact that his characteristics, his personality is at war with some fans with the performances on the pitch, and they just don't get that to get the best out of Paul Pogba, you have to embrace Paul Pogba?
Yeah, but I don't think so. I think there's something a lot more sinister behind a lot of the criticism that Pogba gets. Very similar to Raheem Sterling. It's got nothing to do with his personality, because when David Beckham was doing all of this with the Lambos, the Ferraris, the tattoos, the blings, the sarongs, when David Beckham had a bad game, when Beckham had a bad game, no one said it was because he changed his haircut every game, because he did. Do you know what I'm saying? But they use that excuse with Pogba because it's an easy one. He's an easy scapegoat, Paul Pogba. Like, there's something a lot more sinister and rooted in it. Like, the language behind his performances, everything. Like, it is just covered in racism. Like, and people just don't want to admit it, but it's a fact, innit? And you call him Pogba lazy and all of this rubbish, and he runs more than anyone else on the pitch when you look at the numbers. So the numbers don't back up your lazy shout. Do you know what I'm saying? And that kind of thing. He's not your box-to-box all-action midfield player. He's not that guy, innit? So when you're comparing him to other players that play in that way, it just shows that you don't understand different styles of football. That's what you don't understand. It's just like Ozil. Ozil's not lazy, blood. He just plays a certain way. You know what I mean?
This is a good example, actually, because I've kind of come around in the last year or two to that way of thinking as well. Do you feel, both of you, that in this country we have a problem with footballers who are just different and do things in a particular way that works for them but doesn't fit into the British, English way of playing football? Yeah,
because the British are passion merchants, aren't they, innit? They'll rather you ran your socks off for 90 minutes and offered all, like. That's the truth. Yeah. That's what they would rather, you know? Like me, I'm not here for that. I'm here for Dimitar Berbatov. I don't care. I love the fact that he never had to run. And he still had the best touch on the planet. The guy was doing everything. The guy's a genius. The most intelligent footballers in the game run the least because they run economically. You don't see Messi tearing up and down the pitch, putting in slide tackles at the corner flag. Like, you don't see that because he doesn't need to. You know what I mean? The intelligent footballers are economical. Zidane never had pace. Could you get the ball off him? No. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't stop anything. Like, all of these guys, the top players in the game, you get your odd Thierry Henry and your odd R9, but other than that, the rest of these men did not really have no frightening pace.
So the footballer side, do you think that people need to realise that the reason why these guys are resonating with football fans is because they're different? It's because they have personality and character.
It's the culture.
It's the culture. Thank you. It's about how can they connect with Jesse Lingard. Jesse Lingard is like fearlessly, he's himself. He's dancing, celebrations, and now people are picking up on it because he's been doing this since day one. Right? He wasn't loved because he dances too much, he's not performing. But now he's performing and he's doing that. You know, he's marketable. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, Rance is right. You know, cleverly to Jesse Lingard, for the majority of football fans, it's easier to connect with cleverly because you get it. But then when it comes to the culture, something you don't fully experience or understand, it's kind of like not threatening, but I don't get it. What does this mean? I can't do that dance. I don't know what that dance is, so I'm not going to go for it, you know. But he's not performing, so I'm going to use that as a scapegoat. You know what I mean? So that's what it is.
It's very poor, innit? Like, and a lot of it is just ignorance, but it makes me sick because Paul Pogba is an African man, bro. When you look at all these guys, Adebayo used to dance all the time. All these men, you just see it all the time. Eric Bailly's another one. He's always dancing around them ones. A lot of it is just in their culture, and these men do it like normal. Like you said, Pogba's mum, his brothers and that. This is how they are at home. But you expect him to come to work and all of a sudden just be someone else. That's who he is.
Sense,
Well, you made a wider point there, which kind of pertains to the World Cup in France. And we saw when they were off the pitch on social media, in particular with Pogba and Griezmann and
all of them.
These guys would be in themselves. And does that also kind of link with the idea that it's a culture thing? These guys are French African in the main, and that's how they are, and we don't get it.
But this is it. He's African. Even Griezmann's Portuguese, like, so he's not even white French either. So it's one of them ones. When you look at all of these guys, it is very much a cultural thing, and I think that a lot of the average Brit, like non-ethnic Brit, are so ignorant to other people's cultures that they'll look at this and they're trying to use it as in a demeaning way. Like, if he has a bad game, it's because he does this and because he does that. But the way we get up and dance and sing is the same way you go down a pub. Ain't no difference.
That's your lifestyle.
That's your lifestyle. This is our lifestyle. Do you know what I'm saying? So when you're looking at what we're doing and saying, he's not playing well because this, it's poor, it's lazy. Do you know what I mean? It's extremely ignorant. You know what I mean? And there's too many racial and it's connotations attached to these things.
And it's mainstream, because when you look at the pundits, very regularly they'll say, when you think about the hair, the dancing, if he's going to do all of that, he has to start performing. No, he doesn't. It's not directly linked like that.
It's not married.
They say stuff like that because it's topical. It's in the news. They gotta mention it, but they don't understand it, so they have to find a way to force it into the.
But that's my thing. They weren't saying, they didn't have the same energy for David Beckham. Nah. They weren't saying, you know what, if you're gonna put in all that hair gel before a game, you better score a goal, blood. No one was saying that.
Yeah,
do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's mad. Eden Hazard has a fresh fade every game. No one talks about his haircut.
It's true.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Every game, man has a fresh trim, blood, and it's on Insta as well. These men are doing it, bro. They're doing it. They're very careful with who they want to label what with. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's what
eventual loser here, because if football is failing to embrace the modern day footballer, but yet football fans, the younger ones and the ones who are, let's call it as this, the younger black ones generally, they get the Pogbas, they get the Lingards, they get the, these guys that relate to them. Is football going to just basically prevent footballers coming through who are different? Are we going to just see maybe a blockage in the next Pogba? Because if coming to England anyway, because if they think, I don't want to go to that country because they treated Pogba that way, I want to go to Germany or Italy where they embrace my differences. Will football be the eventual loser here?
Yeah, but I think that's already been happening. I think that a lot of people avoid the Premier League for these reasons. The reason why players like Neymar and these men don't want to come play here, because not only is the style of football so backwards, like these guys are passion merchants. Do you know what I mean? They just want to run around for 90 minutes and kick people. Like, the football culture is very different here. Do you know what I mean? So because of that, a lot of South American players especially don't want to come here. These guys don't want to come here, and it's not going to change. So I think in recent times it's been like that, and it's going to be like that until the older generation die out and football starts to evolve. You're starting to see English managers now, like Eddie Howe, Gareth Southgate. Their philosophies are a lot different to the philosophies of your dead Graham Taylors and all of that. Like, these guys are all rubbish, bruv. Like, they're all crap. You know, they're all crap. The Harry Redknapps, all of these guys, the Sam Allardyces, these guys are washed. So the new generation of English coaches are going to be like your Jody Morrises, your Frank Lampards, your Gareth Southgates and all of that. And football's going to change. No one loves a black player more than Gareth Southgate, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? No one. And he's not even, and he don't even hide it. Man, half the squad was black in the World Cup. And he didn't care. Man had 7 black men on the pitch, calm. You know what I mean? And we've never seen that.
And look what we did.
We were screaming for Ian Wright to get a cap. And Andy Cole to get a cap. And these men are Premier League all-time top scorers. And my man's flinging in Loftus-Cheek and all these men, he don't care. So football's changing. So I think over the generations, we're going to see more Pogba-esque kind of players coming up through our academies, more players with a lot more personality, and eventually, hopefully, it will just start to turn out to like what it's like in America, in the NBA, in the NFL. These guys are allowed to have personalities. In the NBA, these guys have got their headphones on, they're dancing on court before the game, doing whatever they're doing, and it's
being themselves.
They're being themselves, and it's embraced. Like, the fans don't say, you know what, Steph missed that 3-pointer because he was dancing in a warm-up. Like, do you know what I'm saying?
Just going back to your point about, I mean, I don't like giving Zeke any credit, Rance.
Hey, you know, you need to break out of that mentality.
But I will give him credit on this one thing. When you did sign Paul Pogba, this goes back to the kind of the Pogba thing you mentioned. When you did sign Paul Pogba, many of our friends in our circle, we were laughing at you lot. We thought 9 million, you man got bumped. You got bumped. It was a joke thing.
Yeah, they made that back on the day.
Well, this is the thing. This is what Zeke was saying. Zeke was trying to say to people, this is not a footballing transfer. This is more than football. Do you know what I mean? And it's kind of, or is it coming true now? And does your chairman Woodward deserve a little bit of credit in identifying that Paul Pogba was the guy to get, because the modern day football fan, that is the person they're looking to. They're supporting United because of Paul Pogba.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? The Instagram following, his character, he's relatable. Do United deserve a little bit of credit and maybe setting a trend in what they're doing with Paul Pogba?
Yeah, absolutely. I think Woodward don't get enough credit for that. And it's the same with Martial as well. Like, the fans love him. You know what I mean? If it was up to Jose, he'd be gone. But Woodward said, nah, pull the plug on it. When it comes to commercial, like, these men understand that it's more than just a game now. Do you know what I mean? It's not just about the football now. It's about on and off the pitch. It's who's selling shirts. It's all of these things, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? Because fans aren't just coming to watch Manchester United. They're coming to watch Paul Pogba. They're coming to watch Martial. Like, I know man that will go to the Emirates Stadium to watch Lionel Messi play for Argentina. A man from London. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Because man want to go watch Messi. I'm not going to watch Argentina. You see what I'm saying? So certain people will go to games to watch a player. Like, it's very, like, it happens often. If Neymar's playing at the Emirates, because Brazil play there a lot as well, man are going to watch Neymar. They're not going to watch Brazil. And that's just how it is. So I think that, yeah, Ed definitely kicked it off with them transfers, and I think you'll start to see more of them. But at the same time, I think players like Paul Pogba, like once in a generation footballers, man, you're not going to see too many of those.
You don't think?
No, not everything. He's got the full package when it comes to just everything about it. The swagger, the footballing ability. The guy's got a World Cup medal, man. You know what I mean? On 4 Scudettos already, and he's 25. Do you know what I mean? When you look at that, like, these men are not around that often. Like, Neymar tries to do it, but Neymar ain't got the swag like that. Do you know what I mean?
Big Paul Pogba fan, big Man United fan. He's obviously, you know, putting it out there that for him, Paul Pogba's doing it big. What do you think about Paul Pogba and how he carries himself in the league?
I mean, I love him. Anyone that follows me on social media, particularly on Twitter, will see that I'm a big Pogba fan, both in what he does on the pitch and his personality. I just think he seems like a young man who's very comfortable in himself. And what you see is what you get. You know, people moan about his haircuts and his trainers and whatever, but he ain't going out getting drunk in nightclubs. He ain't drink driving or doing what he shouldn't be doing with people he shouldn't be doing with. He's at home making up dances with his brother. You know, I love that kind of real family love. Like, a lot of us have grown up in tight-knit families, and I feel like that's something I can really relate to. You know, him taking his mum on the pitch when he won the World Cup. You know, all of us, anything we achieve, I imagine most of us would love to take our mum up on stage with us. I think, you know, for definitely the younger generation, if you're in your 20s, everyone's looking at Paul Pogba. If you're into that lifestyle, that music, you know, especially anyone of